Hey folks, this is Rainer here from tradingwithrainer.com. So hope you guys are doing well, having a good time with your weekends with your family, loved ones and friends. So in this week's analysis, I would like to share with you a couple of setups that actually did not materialize over the last week and some of the emotional, I would say, thought process that's actually going through me right now. So I figured out why not just share it with you guys and perhaps you guys actually facing similar things that you're encountering some point in your trading career or your trading lifespan. So without further ado, let's look at the charts. So as you recall, last week I said I was actually bullish on the Aussie dollar and the Euro Canadian. So here's my take for the Aussie dollar last week, right? So I briefly said that price was actually consolidating here and I anticipated a breakout, right? So I will look to long if price can retest this zone here, or it breaks out and come back and retest the previous resistance, now turn support. So looking at the forward chart, right, this was the level which I was looking to long over here. But notice that price rallied higher, retraced a little, and did not come close enough even to the zone that I was looking to long. Then it fired up to the upside, right? So I told myself, if it fired up to the upside, I'll look to long on the retracement back towards the previous resistance, right, which I anticipate now to be support. But look at what price is doing now. It retraced halfway through and now seems to stall and close around here on the Saturday morning. So those were my plan and none of them actually did materialize. So what happened was that I got my direction right. Okay, it was right. I had a trading plan. Alright. Even with this two, alright, the market did not come to the level which I was actually looking at. Alright, so basically my rules of engagement was not triggered. So my rules of engagement wasn't triggered, thus I had no trade on this pair this week. So how should I be feeling right now? Should I be feeling, damn, I missed this trade, blah blah blah, even though I got my direction right, I had a plan. So actually there's no reason to actually feel sorry or sad for myself because I had a plan and I stick to it, alright? And there's no reason to actually beat yourself over this kind of lost move because it happens all the time. So learn to live with it, learn to embrace it, and what you can actually do is actually ask yourself, could there be any other setups which could actually trigger the long opportunity? I think that's actually the most important takeaway for this pair for me personally, alright? So that's for the Aussie dollar I have. So let's look at the Euro Canadian, right? Another pair which I analyzed last week with you guys. So the Euro Canadian again, similar story. I said that this pair was in a very nice uptrend. Okay, and this zone was where I was looking to buy, somewhere around the 149. I like to queue around the 149 and look to long down there. And my stop loss was actually about, I think, 2 ATR below the level along, so it was about 147. Then look what happened this week. Price, well, it did come down lower, right? It traced lower, but just not low enough for me to trigger a long entry, right? Just not low enough. So again, I missed this move on the Euro Canadian, and similarly for the Aussie dollar, there's nothing to feel bad about it. However, this time there's one question I ask myself is that how could I actually like get long on this setup had I missed my earlier move? And here's my thoughts on it, alright? So one way that I could actually long this setup, right, had I been more observant or I was actually more focused on the charts is that I noticed that this actually broke. If you call it some people call it the trend line or retracement trend line, right? It broke, right? And prior to it breaking out, notice there's this pattern actually formed up, alright? Here, right? We had actually 3 inside bar over here, right? Which tells you that the bulls and bears are actually in equilibrium, right? They are both fighting equally hard, thus we have this equilibrium. And technically speaking, if you actually trade the inside bars, you have a buy stop above the low over here, the low of the, depending on your setup, right? Either the high of the mother bar over here, either the high of this big bar over here, or buy stop on the high of the smallest bar over here. So what I could have done is actually have a buy stop order with my stop loss below the swing low over here and get long on this move. So that was something that I learned, right? And something that I should incorporate in future had this setup occur once again, right? But nonetheless, don't worry. Look at the weekly chart. There's actually still opportunity, right? Because let's look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart still in uptrend, and you can see that in all the retracement move on the weekly chart, right? See, we have this bullish engulfing pattern, right? And this was an engulfing pattern, but it's not really as huge as the previous one. And right now we have another bullish engulfing pattern setting up. So similarly, if you just take a retracement and you just count from here to here, here to here, and here to here, you notice that the retracement moves on the weekly chart is actually more or less pretty close to each other, right? So let me calculate and see how much it is. So from here you have a move of retrace of about 580 pips. From here you have a retracement of about 420, and here to here you have about 560. So it's actually pretty close, the retracement. So what I'll do next week is actually on the daily chart. I'll look to long if price does retrace a little on Monday and Tuesday. If it retraces, I'll look to long, alright? Stop loss will be below this swing low over here. My first profit target will be above this swing high over here. So that's my game plan for Euro Canadian. Alright, so though I already missed the initial up move, but it's actually still valid or ample opportunity to get long next week should this pair retraces. So yep, that's my take for the Euro Canadian. And let's look at a few yen pairs because I believe it's coming towards an interesting level in the coming week. So first up, let's look at dollar yen. 101 is a key level to look at. Look at the weekly chart, right? Still in an uptrend, and this 101 level is definitely a level that will be watched by many traders in this world. Alright, the 101 level. So look at the euro yen again. Similarly, the 140 level is a level to actually pay attention to. The pound yen again, the 168, a level to pay attention to. Alright, so basically, as you can tell between these three pairs, the pound yen seems to be the relatively stronger one. So I would be more inclined to long the pound yen. Alright, if price does come to my green zone over here, give me a bullish reversal pattern, I'll look for a long opportunity on the pound yen. And let's look at the last two pair, will be the euro dollar and the pound dollar. So euro dollar, pound dollar, you zoom out a little, euro dollar you can see is actually still in an uptrend, right? We can't deny that it's in an uptrend because we have higher lows. So right now price seems to be testing the resistance at 139.50 over here. Wouldn't be too inclined to short because I'm against the trend. So I'll just keep a lookout at how this pair plays out. And similarly for the pound dollar, again we are in an uptrend. Alright, and if you ask me, the trend seems to be even stronger than the euro dollar. And my own bias for this pair is that price may come back, right, consolidate a little before breaking out higher. So as it comes back and consolidate or retrace, I may look for a long opportunity in anticipation for a breakout upwards. So yep, that's my take on this week forex analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I wish you good luck and good trading. Alright, if there's anything, you can actually drop me an email. You can actually subscribe to me or join my FX trading group, and it's all for free. Alright, see you guys, and good luck and good trading.